Yesterday, I caught up on EastEnders. I always watch EastEnders, but I can never remember people's names. But yes, I caught up on EastEnders, and it was really interesting how all week I've kind of been angry at the thought of what's happening with this child, e.g., I'm not. The social services aren't really giving me any indication that that they're going to be supporting me. They're saying that my sister and my mum are 100% sure that they've ruled me out and that I'm not a consideration at all, and therefore the child is going to be fostered or adopted. Like, I know that they both are big idiots and don't really know what's going on. But I do know that Ian doesn't really like me, and he's a baby social worker, so I don't feel like I have any chance of him helping me. I'm hoping that there's other people in the group that have seen, okay, I'm Christ, and I've got evidence of that, and I hope that there's people that have seen that and realize that maybe there's some truth to it. They don't have to believe or not, but I'm not mad for what I've seen. But it's interesting because I've been really angry over the thought of losing this child, and then I'm watching EastEnders, and then I'm just seeing, I think it's Zach or something is his name. I couldn't remember yesterday. I remember today. It's got really angry over Ben saying that it's a good thing that your unborn baby died because you would have been a useless father, and he sort of got really angry at that. And then with Lexi dying, or with that girl, the blonde girl that dying, she's giving her child, she's adopting her child to her partner, even though the dad already has a dad. Ben is the dad, and Ben got really angry at the thought of Jay being her adopting the child to someone else as well, so that there'd be kind of like a co-partnership. It's a very good idea because Ben is very irrational and makes bad decisions a lot of the times and can be very self-centered, and he has a long list of bad qualities. So if someone is dying and they are concerned about their child, might only have a few months left, and they want to make sure their child has a good future, putting it in place, putting a sort of adoption in place where they say, you want another person involved in the child's life. I think that's a very good idea. And but yeah, Ben got angry at the thought of maybe his rights to the child would be less, or maybe he won't get access. So yeah, it's a very normal thing to get angry over the thought of a child losing a child, or having your ability to look after a child questioned. Why are you adopting the child to someone else? I can look after the child. Don't you think I can do it? That's how he got. I mean, technically, I don't think he can do it because he's not a particularly nice person, and he seems to have mental illness and often panic, often stresses out way too much and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting how those stories were playing out, and I'm trying to cheer myself up by watching stupid Christian videos because it's really interesting. You can listen to long lectures about the return of Christ, and I know what they're talking about. We're waiting for Jesus to rapture the church. Yeah. I think you're talking about, I'm waiting for people to help me out with my church being that I am Christ, and that the Bible is kind of a bunch of fairy tale stories that are wrong, and then you can listen to the importance of the Abrahamic thing, and but the Abrahamic religion doesn't work. Why? Because they don't have Jesus. That Jesus is not their center, and therefore they've missed the cornerstone, and the castle is going to fall. And that's what he was saying in the video. And it's just like, no, if you had a castle and you missed out a cornerstone, actually there's enough stones in the castle that you probably could miss out a cornerstone, and the building still be fairly safe. I mean, it's like a bridge. A bridge don't have stones underneath, but it doesn't mean it's going to fall apart. I mean, what you're missing is the base. You mean if you don't have the base of a building, then if the foundation is wrong, then the building will fall apart. And your foundation is wrong. Why? Because Abraham is not as old as me. I believe that I was the first human. I believe that I was Eve. I believe that not something born out of Adam's rib or anything, but I believe that I was the first human. And if you build up your foundation on Abraham, which is like kind of like a fictional story almost. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a fictional story. Yeah, that would be like building a house on sand, because there's no root. If you want to build a house and have it stay, you have to forget about the cornerstone. The cornerstone doesn't actually isn't well. It's important, but it's not that important. You know, the foundation is the more important thing. And if you're gonna have a root, you have to go right down to the roots and where it all started. And I believe I've got evidence that I am that. So uh, it all started with, the Neanderthals turning into Homo sapiens, and I believe that I was the one that made that link, through my blood that was created by my higher self changed in one of the Neanderthals to make my blood slightly different, and then I passed that on to everyone else, and that's the foundation of what they're talking about. It's so strange. You can listen to Christian videos, and the people in the videos, they believe they know what they're talking about. They're 100% certain that they know what they're talking about, and I just like, I'm hearing something completely different to what they're hearing. They're just saying when Jesus comes, he's going to bring the truth, and everyone's going to return to God and stuff like this. And it's just like, yeah, they're going to return to God, meaning that you and people like you are not returned to God yet, because this truth has not been revealed yet. And but they're so convinced that Jesus is the truth. So it's like, well, if Jesus is the truth and had the truth, then the truth is already in the world. And therefore, Jesus is not going to come to reveal the truth, because according to you, the truth hasn't been revealed. So if the truth hasn't been revealed, why do you know the truth when the truth hasn't been revealed yet? It's like they're not hearing what they're saying, and it's very weird to hear so many. And then you can get people saying, I saw one video, 88 reasons why Messiah was born in 2008. No, 1988, which is the year before I was born. But yeah, he thinks that this the Antichrist is that guy who was, there's a Jewish person who's claiming to be something, Yonica or something. But yeah, it turned out that it wasn't actually 88 reasons why he's the Antichrist. It was actually just a book about that he was talking about, and then you've got other people that just give all the reasons why the rapture is going to happen in the next month, and then you're listening to it and you're just thinking, that's not evidence, that's not evidence. And then they just bring up all these, oh, we know Jesus was born in 2030 in 30 AD, and then they say because this happened in 30 AD, this happened in 30 AD, this happened. It's like, how do you know that happened in 30 AD? Just because someone said it doesn't mean it's the truth.